If you thought Archie and Fleetway Sonic were weird, just wait until you hear about Japan's iterations of the blue blur. Today we will be looking at Dash and Spin Chosuku Sonic, or in English, Dash and Spin Super Fast Sonic, a weird gag manga from 2003-ish that was published in Bisatsu Korokoro Comics, alongside such hits as Pokemon Special and Super Mario-kun. Apparently they'll also be serializing an Among Us manga soon too. Now, full disclosure, this is definitely not canon. I was already stretching the boundaries of the definition with the extended universe lore in the comics, and this is definitely meant to be more of a gag manga. Hell, I can't even really verify how official this is. I can't find any proof that this was properly licensed by Sega or Sonic Team, but hey, if it's good enough for Wikipedia and Sonic Retro, then it's good enough for me. The humour of this manga goes for a zany slapstick style, a la Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, mixed with some crude humour that probably hits different if you're not from Japan. For instance, in one chapter, Eggman gets eaten by a shark that turns out to be a robot under his control, but when he's defeated he loses all of his clothes. Then he reveals that the treasure that Knuckles and Co had been looking for the entire chapter was actually just his own map, to point out where he'd left his emergency backup golden fundoshi. So on to the main topic for today. In chapter 18 of this manga, Eggman becomes a parody of Michael Moore, just to really date this manga, and follows Sonic around as a cameraman, filming him in all of his essence. Sonic's initially delighted to be the main character of a cool documentary, before Eggman reveals that he's only been filming the worst things Sonic does, such as pissing in the wind and drawing on the back of Tails' head. Non-pleased by this, Sonic yells that movie stars are meant to be heroic action heroes that rescue damsels in distress. Eggman then gaslights Sonic and Co into acting for his next movie project, with Shadow showing up, are you okay, Amy? And promising to steal the starring role from under Sonic's feet. Eggman decides to test their caliber of acting to decide on who gets to be the main character. Giving them all background bit part roles that involve them being stationary, Eggman then tries to make them corpse by annoying them all. For example, he tells Shadow to act as a postbox and then shoves a bunch of mail into his mouth. The most wild one of these though, at least in my own opinion, is telling Amy to pretend to be a telephone pole. Eggman then bizarrely dresses up as a dog and just pisses all over her shoes. After all is said and done, Eggman steals Sonic's idea for a plot and makes himself his own main character instead. Rather pissed off, as well as pissed on, by all of this, they decide to get their revenge on Eggman by cosplaying as famous horror movie characters and scare the ever-loving shit out of Eggman in the middle of the night. In fairness though, if I saw Jason for Knuckles at the other end of a hallway wielding a chainsaw, I'd probably shit my pants too. So, while I can't find canonical evidence that Eggman ever pissed on the moon, I have found that he pissed on Amy Rose, for whatever that's worth.
Attention, beloved citizens of Mobius.
Dr. Robotic!
I appear today to make an historic announcement.
What? No way!